Hey friends, we've got a new partner of the podcast. It's Sarah Styles Collective. She's a wardrobe consultant. She's a stylist. She's a former TV fashion host. You know her, you love her. It's Sarah Skillrood. She has launched a brand new career to help you feel confident in the clothes that you're in. If you just need a little pick-me-up by the season, if you've got a special occasion coming up, if you're just looking for what the trends are going to be next week, next year, she has got you covered. So head to Sarah Styles Collective on Instagram and let her know we sent you. Our partners and friends at Isomer Skincare are still here to help you feel and look your best in the skin that you're in. No matter your age, no matter your skincare want or need, they have got you covered. Isomers has real chemistry. They are science-based skincare created by chemists to bring the best ingredients and the best results to your skin. What you're going to do is go to isomers.ca, use the code HAPPY20, and you're going to get 20% off your purchase. If you spend $100 or more, it's free shipping and handling. So enjoy. That's isomers.ca.
And I'm free.
Oh, God.
I'm free falling.
Now I'm free. Free falling.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back to So Happy You're Here podcast. Jess St Germain, Jess Manuel, Jessica St Germain.
Jessica.
Live from New Zealand. And by live, I mean we're recording this for you. Welcome back, love. We're so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. Sisterhood. I need it. I love it. I crave it. It's so good to be here.
I want you to move back to Minnesota, but that will be a tale for another podcast. How are things going down in New Zealand, babe?
Things in New Zealand are great. Very happy. My kids are happy. I'm happy. It's just we're good. We're good.
What's it like in New Zealand right now? Like, we're in the middle of a Minnesota fall.
So I always feel upside down, and I've been here for years, and I still don't know what time of the year it is because I'm always confused.
Right.
Because we're going into spring, but it's October. Uh-huh. And so I'm always like, what time of the year is it? I'm still confused. So I a little bit feel like in the upside down world.
Yes. I feel like I'm in the upside down world as a mother. And so I can't even imagine being 180 degrees across the globe.
Right.
Is that the right way of saying it? Halfway across the globe is probably a better way of saying it.
I think so.
All the way across the globe. So Jess, like we told you, we all met in fashion. We met you in fashion. We met each other in fashion. We met all the girls listening in fashion. So we like to kick things off with a little fashion flash. It's a new segment we have from the last time you were here. What's the fashion? Well, first of all, we like to kick things off with a fashion flash. That's the wrong one, Becky.
Wait.
No, it's the one all the way down at the bottom.
Magical. Is that the one? There we go.
I'm sorry, Jess, you can't hear it, but Becky's making all the wrong sounds. I'm sorry about your intro.
Gosh.
No, that's still the wrong one.
I'm here for it. I'm here.
What is happening in the fashion world in New Zealand?
Okay. I live in a very small community.
Okay.
We have one department store called Farmers.
No, wait, for real?
It's for real.
Like based for farmers, or like that was the people's last name?
Maybe it's farmers
The
only.
name of the department store. So it's a very small. Anyway, we're a very relaxed crew down here. So it is like a fleece. It is leggings. I noticed because I'm a jeans girl.
Yep.
I love jeans. I love pants. I've never been a real dress girly. Lots of ladies wear dresses here. Also very cool.
My people.
Lots of people make their own clothes. Like there is crocheting, there is knitting, there is sewing going on. I have this sweater from Anthropology that I wear that has this beautiful like design on the back.
I remember this.
Oh, did you make that? Did you make that? I'm like, girl, no. I don't have any skills in that department. But I'm like, wow. Like they really are thinking, oh my gosh, I want that pattern.
Nice, Jess.
So lots of like crafty. There's beautiful like artisans here.
So,
but you're on an island. Like getting stuff has to be a challenge.
Oh my gosh. There's no Amazon. Okay?
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting Amazon to my door. There's no delivery. Like it's just really, it's a different type of fashion opportunities.
So are you saying you're not wearing my 4-inch stiletto heels that lace up around the ankles that you stole from me?
and the pants, and I still have lots of like Erin's clothing. So
you're not wearing this.
Oh, by the way, when I moved to New Zealand, I'm like, oh, I took those heels.
Oh, by the by.
You do have the best pair of like those beigey pink trousers though.
I still have them.
You better still love those. For Hango times. Well, I got that cute jacket out of it. I got the jacket. Exactly. I wear this patchwork jacket. A lot of you have seen it that Jess had, and she couldn't pack. She couldn't fit it in her suitcase to New Zealand when she left because, surprise, she was harboring some of my items. But I did get a jacket out of the deal.
I have the like full leather leggings. I've got the pants. I've got your shoes. I haven't given them. I still have them literally like seconds away from me.
And if you do ever wear them out and about to the farmer's department store, I want a full photo. I want a photo.
Yeah, I will.
Do you feel more at home in the New Zealand fashion culture, or do you feel more at home back here?
I have to say, I've been thinking about it. Because there was such a different attire kind of level that I had to adhere to when we were working together on television, like dresses, and there was just more opportunity. Like you'd see stuff and I'd be able to, shop for different things. So I came here, I'm like, who am I? I really had this moment of like, who am I in fashion? I'm a very casual girly, I've found out. Like I like comfortable clothes. I love my jeans. I love an easy sweater, chambray shirt. That's just my go-to.
You look so cute.
It suits you well, my love. Yeah. It suits you well.
I feel very at home.
I can't wait to see what the next sound effect that Becky comes up with on this one. But we also like to get into headlines and hearsay, Jess. So Becky and I are famous for just ripping a headline and not really learning a lot about it.
It's a big laugh.
She played a laugh sound. So are there any headlines or hearsay that are running around in New Zealand that we need to know about back here in the States?
Okay, you guys, the news here is so heartwarming. And I know that sounds very odd coming from your part of the world, but one of my favorite headlines, it's a local headline from our council, the Nelson City Council, and it was on their Facebook page warning about a rogue ram. That is a male sheep. They're like, warning, rogue ram.
What makes it rogue?
Because it would attack you.
No.
Okay. So don't hike this hill because there is a rogue ram out that's going to get you.
And no one's claiming him. He is feral. He is free.
It's a part because you hike through people's farmland here. It's very like common that like hiking trails are through farmland. So they're like, just beware, rogue ram, it will come and get you. And I was like, my office mates, I'm like, is this serious? They're like, oh yeah, don't go hiking up there. Like deadpan, no humor. I'm like, okay. So rogue ram.
Meanwhile, the news back here, not to make light of anything dark, is like, I want to hide in a bunker and never come back out.
Honestly.
And your worry of the day is a rogue ram.
So instead of red ram, we have rogue ram.
Rogue ram. Yeah. So that's one of my favorite pieces of news. How about you?
Oh, back here, headlines and hearsay.
We got to keep it light. We got to keep it on Dancing with the Stars. Got to keep it on Bravo.
Yeah.
Or else we'll just end up.
Because this is an escape to giggle and laugh and not to cry.
Yes.
So we try to keep it as light as possible. And that's one of the reasons, Jess, we wanted to have you back as our first ever repeat podcast guest, because we have noticed, Becky and I have noticed like the heaviness of the world, and we find ourselves a lot going back to you and like, sharing with people things you have told us, like life is right on time all the time. How you have shared with me some ways to kind of get through, like maybe when you're feeling a little insecure or a little down. And Becky always talks about how she remembers meeting you and like levitating on a different level than everybody else.
I used to explain that, that like you were among us, but you were operating on a different level.
Right. I was down with the catfish and you were levitating, but we thought it was the perfect time, especially kind of just in the environment now, to bring you back and to just brighten up some of the rest of, the headlines we hear from around the world.
Yeah.
Did that all make sense?
Completely. I mean,
Thank you.
and honestly, you are kind of our way shower, our wisdom, our, right? I mean, so really when we're in the thick of it, going into holiday, we were just talking about that, you know, as we kind of prep for a season of celebration with family that can be a little bit, it might be a little angsty.
Challenging.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
So
I love.
how do you keep things light and bright, Jess?
I'm so glad that you asked. And thank you for all these kind words. You guys are just filling my heart right now, and I feel so blessed to be here. I mean,
we mean
really. I'm so glad that you asked about that, Erin. And I've been doing a lot of work. And one of the little tools that I can give everyone today, and it's not my tool, it's actually someone I'm studying with, David Guillaume. You should check him out. Great stuff. Very interesting content. But something that's really helped is when you get triggered, because we're going to get triggered. I don't believe in Pollyanna. I don't believe in good vibes only. That's not realistic. And I actually kind of feel like that's kind of toxic in a way, this toxic positivity.
Yes.
We live in the real world, okay? We're going to get triggered. We have things that come up in our life that are frustrating and, make us angry. But when you feel that trigger, one of the best tools that I've learned recently is pause. What a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift this is.
Okay, explain what that means.
Yeah. So you take a pause and you just say, what a gift. So what a gift that my mother-in-law is making me crazy. Because I get, and you literally diffuse that moment in a second. You don't have to figure out why. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to know why, but pause. What a gift that this person is honking behind me and flipping me off. What a gift. You instantly shift the energy and you exhale and you are on a higher vibe. So it's just really great tool that I can't recommend highly enough to use when you are triggered.
This is so good because I want to do it like an asshole. Like, okay, what a gift.
Yeah.
But you're like actually saying, what is the gift?
But break it down even further, because if you are getting honked at, on the highway or traveling through ram infested fields and you're holding up the trail, like, what is that gift you speak of? Because I think some people can't even find the gift to that.
Well, and that's the thing. We don't have to know exactly what it is. I don't want to put that pressure on anyone. It just is like, pause, what a gift. And then you can just sit with it. It's like, okay, what about this can I look into? What about this can I investigate? What about this is like, oh, you know what? I'm so glad that I can deal with this guy because this is their own stuff. And really, we're just living in a world bumping into each other's crap. We're all carrying crap around us. And when we bump into someone else, we're bumping into their crap. So it really has nothing to do with us when someone's coming at us or attacking. It's all about them. So you can say, pause, what a gift. You return your energy to yourself and you give their energy back to them. Like, no, thank you. That's just what it does. It just breaks that cycle.
So good.
It's incredible.
You don't have to take it on. You don't have to do anything with it.
No,
this is what I like too. Like even that, I can imagine it. You're sitting around the Thanksgiving table. Uncle starts going off on his thing. Like, I'm just glad I have an uncle. I'm glad my dad has a brother. I'm glad, remember what he was to me when I was a kid. There can be things that we're grateful for. I don't have to be grateful for this conversation necessarily, but I can be grateful for this human.
That is it. That is it. And when we can bring it back to some of those base level stuff, and when you say pause, what a gift, it helps you look inside and go, okay, well, why am I triggered by this? What is this triggering in me? Oh, is it my need to be acknowledged? It is my sense of lack.
Yeah.
Is it my sense of worthiness? Oh, so then you return it back to yourself and say, I am enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to be acknowledged because I'm enough.
Yeah.
So can we talk about that a little bit too, though, about our definition of self is not what other people think of us, that we are the author and the creator and the sustainer of that.
Well, I think that three common, themes come up when we are triggered. It's that need to be acknowledged, right? Like, I did this and I did that and they didn't say anything. And why didn't they call me back? And you're not doing this. And it's just that need for that outward acknowledgement can be so depleting for us. The other one is I'm not worthy. Like so I'm going to overcompensate and I'm going to drain my energy resources running around trying to please everyone, being happy and like, jazz hands because I want everyone to like me because I don't feel like I'm enough. So,
and weren't we raised that way though? As little girls,
yeah,
boy, does that, I mean, a lot of
jazz hands, clown shoes, spinning, bow tie. We had it all. Becky had the nose that shot water. Yeah, exactly.
So, and I don't mean to get like too woo out there, but it really like the only thing that is important, really like the most important thing is like you and your connection to whether you call it God, infinite intelligence, divine spirit. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's all the light there is, right?
Yeah.
So when you have that divine connection, you're just like, I'm cool.
Yes.
Yeah. It really helps you. I think right now there is this study that said rage does more to your dopamines than sex. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. And
So angry sex, imagine what that could do.
30 years right here, ladies and gentlemen. 30 years. But it is, you can see where you can get like caught up
Addicted
in
to
the
it.
anger or the fear of everything cycling around us right now. And I love, because Jess and I have had so many talks about this behind the scenes too, of like going back to exactly what you said, you and your higher power. For me, it's God, and just recognizing you are enough and you are exactly as you should be.
So good.
And while we have to focus on what's happening in the world, we also have to know, I think you have to be reassured with who you are, right?
Yeah.
Is that a good way of saying it, Jess?
Aware.
Yeah.
You can be aware of the world, but you don't have to be of the world.
In it,
Does
not
that
of
make
it.
sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're aware, you know what's going on, right? We're not living in a bubble. We're living in real life. We don't have to be connected to every little trigger, right? And going back to that anger, it's the same thing of like when we're doom scrolling and when we're like, it's just that dopamine, right? So we're just like, it's like that external feeding us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then it gets addicting as well. So you got to really
step away.
You got to watch out for it. How, for somebody to, I feel like this year's the year of the snake, and we were talking about that with Fatima, all of our dear friends, and the year of the snake about transition and change. Like, listen, we don't have to talk age, but a lot of women and men who listen to this podcast, they're at our age or older. And it's such a time of transition, which can also feel like so scary. You went through the biggest transition ever. You fled the country in the middle of COVID. So like, the biggest transition. How do you handle that in like a productive way? Because I think a lot of people get to time of transition and it feels like meltdown, scary, like denial.
It's fear-based.
Exactly. How do you embrace it? What do you think?
Well, I think you bring up a really good point because it's like when we want to change, we're given that challenge, right? So all of the stuff that we've built up, all of our beliefs about ourselves and our world and how we have to interact with the world have come along with us our whole life. But sometimes they're called, if you heed a certain call.
When the world must come together as one.
Girl, that's my girl.
We got you.
But there is like the whispers, right? I love like the Oprah whispers. You hear the voice, you hear something calling your soul, and you're like, I'm ready to transform. I'm ready to change. And I'll tell you one thing, when you make that declaration to yourself or the world, like, hey, I'm going to start standing in my power and creating boundaries that are healthy for me, the world is going to throw you some stuff that isn't great. Yeah. The world is like, and God is like, oh, oh, okay, you ready for this? Here you go. They'll, things will come into your experience that will test those boundaries, that will test that power. But if you can move through that and you can stand in your power and you can feel that I am worthy, I am enough, you're going to come through the other side even stronger. Does that answer your question?
I feel like you're reading my brain, Jess, because I wanted to ask you about boundaries, because we've been talking a lot about boundaries behind the scenes, especially in the past 5 years, whether it's like personal boundaries or work boundaries,
things that we didn't even, or I didn't even think were big asks.
Yes.
Like very simple. And the pushback was so much stronger than, whoa. I'm just saying,
yes,
this little thing. And the pushback was huge. And I was like, I wasn't getting a whisper, like, go into the light, Carol Ann. I was getting, this isn't working anymore. The nudge was.
So what you're saying
yourself.
is when you were setting boundaries at work, the response you were getting was so icky, it was forcing you into the right path.
Exactly right.
So what's your thought around boundaries, Jess? Because as I get older, I feel like they're so important, but I have to tell you, all the boundaries I have set with a lot of the help from the two of you,
it's been tough,
specifically in the past 5 years, have been brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, they are for the best, but they're brutal. Like, what do you do?
I could have a whole podcast on boundaries.
Start it. I'll listen.
Especially for women of our age, I think women in general, to be able to set healthy boundaries. Now, here's the thing. If you have been been one way for someone and reacted to them in a certain way for your life or whatever, and then you start to set boundaries and people don't like it. You're not responding the way that they want you to. You're not doing the things that they want you to. You're not doing whatever they want you to. So you see how it's all about them wanting you to dance monkey dance.
Yes.
So it's like, it all goes back to what I was saying before. That's their stuff. Okay.
Yeah, totally.
They want you to be who you are to them. And I really understand that, because I've had that in my own life. Like, my move to New Zealand was not easy for my family. I was not behaving how they wanted me to behave. I was doing something that I wanted to do for my family. And they were very upset. But you just have to walk through it. So healthy boundaries, what I always say, like, we are this spiritual kind of container, right? This vessel. And when we make those healthy boundaries, we are repairing any energy leaks in the vessel. We are containing our energy. We're not.
You're protecting.
How many times have you felt overcommitted or just spinning your wheels and your energy is just draining out of your container? You're spent. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're at burnout.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You do. And you get to a point where you're thinking, who am I doing this for? Because, and what am I doing it for? Mm-hmm. And something that I've learned, is talking with Jess a lot, is oftentimes I was doing it just to keep the peace.
Yeah.
But it was bringing me no peace.
Or you're getting drained.
Exactly.
Yes.
I didn't even recognize how draining it was, or I didn't even recognize how little input I was giving in. I was just reacting to what everybody else needed or wanted out of what they thought they knew of me or what they wanted from me.
Well, and I think too, Jess, working at Shop, we all had to perform at some level. It was performative. And so there was always a thing for me, like, well, lights are down though now. Right? Like, that was the show of it. This is not that there was a big difference between my on-air persona and who I am, but boy, oh boy, I was like, you get that was a TV show, right? Like I was getting pushback, like, oh, I thought she was so nice. I still am, but I also think I also have thoughts and I also have feedback for you, and right?
Well, I think it's about being a layered person. So
yes.
it
was like one dimensional.
Clearly, I think a lot of our boundaries still stem around our old job, our old network.
Still not over it.
But I think that some
New Zealand ladies, it was serious.
You had to flee the country. You flood the country.
Well, and to that point, speaking of self-worth, I just want to like mention this idea of like, where do you get your self-worth? Because my self-worth, I just realized, was so tied to my job and getting approval and getting the show and getting this. And like, I just really was, and like the numbers and like, that's how I measured my self-worth. And so when I moved away, it was like unspooling from that. And it was that big,
Yeah.
who knew? I was a psychic medium. Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
So beware what the answer is. If you're asking the question.
Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? But you never know what's going to be revealed.
Yes. Or accepting, like, I think especially you're taught that how many people like you is your self-worth. Like the more people that like you.
Yeah. Well, think about likes, comments, social media.
And even when our generation growing up, I mean, like my mom, I love her. She did the very best she could, but it was all about be nice to everybody, make sure everybody likes you. And I do believe in being kind to everybody. You should be a kind person and you should look for the best in people. But there are certain situations where you do have to put up boundaries, and it is okay if people don't like those boundaries. That shouldn't tear down your self-worth.
That's right.
And that's some work that we've been doing, because I think we've all been trained to do that for so long, and really
it's okay to be like, no, thank you. I'm not taking that on. I'm going to leave that with you.
But don't you also think that we used to think saying no thank you was a negative and it should be like this war? I still think you can say no thank you, I don't want to be a part of that, but I wish you so much love and goodwill.
That's very healthy language to say, oh, you know what, I'm not interested in that, but best of luck to you, or whatever.
But sometimes it's met with not as nice on the back end.
Right. Now, I'm not saying any of this is easy, right? So when you're sitting around the Thanksgiving table and things are getting uncomfortable, I'm not saying that's easy, right? Like this is something that we're always kind of working on. And pause, what a gift. I can't tell you what a great tool that is. Like when you're right in the trigger moment, just go pause. And it kind of makes you laugh.
No, Jess, I did this the other day because you had shared that with me, and I was like, listen, she's like, Erin, pause, what a gift. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Like, you tell me what a gift is.
And I'm instantly saying it sarcastically.
Yes, totally. But one of the things in 2025, and this is so crazy how this happens. I remember we were coming into the new year, and Fatima had been talking about the year of the snake. And I'm like, ew, it's scary. I'm afraid of snakes. And she was like, no, it means transformation. It means shedding the old, bringing out the new. And I remember saying out loud, I want to be surrounded by the best. I remember saying that. And we still had our careers happening. I had a full life. And I remember saying, I want to be surrounded by the best. I didn't really do anything after that. But you guys, from then till now, the things that have dropped off and then the things that have come in, I'm like, oh my gosh, did I make that happen just by saying that? And what's funny is when you were teaching me or sharing with me, pause, what a gift, Jess, is there have been some things and people that have dropped off. And immediately and normally I'd be like so sad and so upset. But actually, when I pause and think about it, I'm like, that's the gift I was looking for.
Yes.
And I didn't even have to make it happen. It was just things.
Wait, can I share the card that I pulled?
Yeah. Yes.
So just before our meeting today, I was like, let's just see what's going to happen. I love pulling a card just for inspiration. Now, everyone who's listening, the card is transformation. It's purple with a butterfly, and it says change, endings, transition. Okay. So I just think it's a great thing if anyone's listening or watching, just to meditate on, to focus on like what transformations, what endings, and what transitions are happening in your life.
That's wild. That's the card you pulled, and that's what we're talking about. You should touch on endings though too, because endings have always been posed to us as such a terrible, traumatic thing. Yeah. And sometimes I think endings are just like a perfect ending to a wonderful journey. No?
Absolutely. And then and you can almost bless the ending too, because it's like if there is, say, a break in a friendship or a relationship, it's like, thank you for the time that we did spend together. I honor that. I see that. But we are not a vibrational match anymore. And I don't like to think of, like, it's not hierarchical. It's not like I'm going up here, you're going to, we're just vibing out of each other's energy fields, because like matches like. Okay. So when you're feeling really like you're focusing on solutions rather than problems, when you're ready to like be inspired and you want to do things and you're feeling really inspirational and positive about the world, those people are going to come into your experience. But if, there's a friend or someone that's just like really kind of not on the same vibe or energy, you might just vibe out of each other's energy fields. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Completely.
Totally. And
Yeah.
I love that you pose it that way, because again, sometimes I think, especially at this time in life, when we're going through so many transitions, and I'm not just talking about menopause, like so many transitions with like kids getting older, grandkids being introduced, jobs changing. It's so nice to frame it that way, that it's just the energy shifting versus a terrible ending.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And who says it doesn't come around, right?
Totally.
And then like there's seasons of relationships, there's seasons of life, and all of a sudden that person will come back into your life and you're like, oh my God, it's so lovely to have you back. And you have new things to talk about, or you just go on your happy ways.
Right. It's that's such a great way to frame it and
it
think
does
about
make
it.
sense too, because if you are aligned with your creator and you are aligned in who you are, it's you're just moving through kind of, that's what I noticed in you, is just you're operating at your own speed,
Yes.
your own level, and then people are, I think, gravitating toward that light, gravitating toward that energy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you just mentioned about light, right? Because like everything is light, whether it's just our experience with the light. So it's like we're either allowing it or we're stopping it or we're blocking it. So it's like, how do you allow the light? Like even another little term, another little tool too, very similar to pause what a gift is, like, if something's happening that feels negative, like this too is from the light. And like Dean and I, that's my husband, we're always laughing because we're like, we've got kids, things are happening. It's just very, very busy, and we get stressed, and we'll just be like, this too is of the life. And then we just laugh because it's
Yes.
so silly.
Well, that's the best part too, is laughing about it, because I think sometimes people think too, like, get real. Everything can't always be happy. Everything can't always be good, but it's like living in the shit and still finding the humor in it.
But you're cleaning up dog shit, and you're saying this too is from
Totally. That's
I get to have a dog.
it. Like literally.
Yes, this is from the light.
I love that. But right, I mean, that's, I think, what we're trying to do with the pod. That's what you're trying to do in your work, which is so funny because your work is now coming out of who you are. I feel like this work is coming out of who we are.
Yes, and I think going through the crazy transition of literally fleeing the country to get away from our former network. Or if you've ever seen the meme of lighting the match and walking away from the flames, right here.
Oh, one of my favorites. I love that visual.
The waiting to exhale moment.
Yes. I think like when you get hindsight, you realize like we're just stepping into authentic self and where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to see it coming to light and showing up the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And so we're having a blast here on the podcast. So happy you're here. Tell us now, catch us up. We haven't seen you in a few months. Yeah. Where is it taking you now? How is all of this like coming into your mediumship and your authentic self?
Well, like back to what you said, Becky, be careful what you ask for, right? So when I started like unspooling from our former network, I started asking those questions like, who am I? And moving to New Zealand, I didn't know anyone here really. We know Marge from Shop, who's amazing, who like really helped my transition here. But I had space. I didn't have any commitments. I wasn't working. So I had space to kind of go in and do that internal reflection. And I had always been very spiritual. I was a life coach for many years. That connection to God and spirit was very important to me. I meditated. And then I started to really get into that spirit connection. And suddenly this opened up for me that I can communicate with spirit, and I worked on it. I had a mentor, Danielle Serank, highly recommend her podcast. She's amazing if you're interested in any of this work. And I worked with her, and I worked with other mentors in town, and I started developing this really strong spirit connection. And for me, it really, my why is I believe world peace can happen from personal peace. And through a reading that I've seen people with, that I've given readings to, and I've helped, that instantly there is peace, there is healing, there is instant calm. And I wanted to be a part of that. So that's really why I started to walk down this path, which I truly believe is my sole purpose, to mediumship.
So that, I like that you bring up at the end, there's so much peace and calm. And I've had a few readings with Jess, and I can tell you, I've shared stories. You can go back to episode, is it 9?
What did we say? 19?
No. She was episode 13.
Yeah.
Go back to episode 13 if you want to hear more about Jess's background in mediumship and my story with her. But I'm happy that you say it ends in peace, because if I'm being truthful, and we've spoke about this before, especially as somebody who was raised Catholic, now Christian, you think mediumship, you think like Ouija board, you think like scary demons, you think poltergeist. That is not what your mediumship is. And that is not what happens in a reading, right?
I'm so glad that you said that, because I feel like there's a lot of misconception. Like psychic medium, like, I'm not a fortune teller. I am not going to give you the lottery numbers. That's not how I work. Okay. This is very God-centered, very spirit-centered. It is rooted in healing, the highest of connection with spirit. It is something that brings peace and a lot of healing. That's one of the number one things that I've noticed when I give readings and their experience. The feedback I get is, wow, I never knew that a reading like this could bring me such peace, that could bring me such healing. Really, those two words. And it's not witchy. It's not scary. It's none of that. This is like very sacred to me, very, very spirit, God centered.
You use the word love with me a lot when we talk about it, because I'm somebody who's afraid, and I will literally be like, don't come visit me, spirits. I'm afraid.
I believe in you, but stay away.
I totally believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm not the right person.
Yeah.
And I'm also afraid of them not being proud of me. And so like we've done a lot of, and I'm happy. It's okay if I share my stories, right, Jess?
Absolutely.
So my husband, lost his mom, my mother-in-law, in 2015. And number one, I'm just like, I've got a wild imagination. So I'm just afraid of like tapping in. That's why I lean on Jess. Not to say that I never have, and I probably never will. I just lean on Jess to do it for me. But I was afraid. I'm like, what if she's disappointed in me because I wasn't the best wife?
You're
I wasn't
afraid
the
of the
best
outcome.
mother.
Yeah.
Like, what if she's judging me? And what's so cool is the way that Jess leads it is like, it's all love is how you would describe it to me. It's not judgment. It was like love. Yeah. And it's so crazy is after we finished visiting, exactly. It was love. It was peace. And it was like healing. And some humor because.
Well, I was just going to say lots of humor. Like, so when I do a reading, evidence is very important to me. So I want to make sure we know exactly who we're talking to, whether it's their personality, there can be dates, names are they can be right on, they can be hard, names are hard, or specific events. So you know who we're talking to, and then the messages can come through. So there's a good 3 or 4 things that are evidence, and then the messages. And to your point, Erin, the majority of messages that come through are just like, we love you so much. I mean, that's just the number one thing. We want to tell you how much we love you. There can also be apologies. Like if there was something in this world that person has come and now on the other side is reflecting on, saying, I'm sorry I wasn't the parent that I should have been. I'm sorry I wasn't the partner. That's like lots of apologies. There's also, I'm so proud of you, over and over again. I'm so proud. And then one of the number one messages that comes through is like, you are not alone. We are with you. We are supporting you. But then there's a lot. And then if they were funny in this life, they're going to be funny on the other side. There's trickery and funniness and hilarity. And so that all comes through in a reading.
It's wild.
And not to share, but a friend of mine had a session with you, and it sounded like, and you won't know because you didn't know their relationship, like an inside joke, like a lot of their stuff, and they're chatting, and you're just sharing what you're hearing, and they're like 100%, like this is our vibe, this is how we work.
That's such a good point, because as a medium, I'll get something like, hot dog. And I'm thinking myself, I can't say hot dog. Hot dog doesn't mean I'm starting to judge it. So I really have to remove myself.
Oh, right.
And just say hot dog. And then it'll be like, oh my gosh, inside joke. Reminds them of one time I got popcorn and it really meant something to this person. So that's my work, is to get myself, I just am a channel and just say everything that spirit is giving to me and not try to make it sense of it, or
don't
I really
edit
have
yourself.
to get out of the way.
What happens if nobody comes to visit? Like,
hey, does
that happen?
Absolutely. So I have had readings, and this is kind of my policy, where in the first 10 minutes, if what I'm getting, if I'm like this, and this, and the person, the sitter, is like, no, then I just say, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. This connection isn't happening. I am going to refund your money, and, I wish you the best, because I'm not making stuff up. That's not how I work.
Yeah.
It has to be a connection. And if that person, if it's not making sense or it just isn't happening, it happens all the time to mediums, then I just say about 10 minutes in, if it's flowing. If it isn't, no worries. I'm going to stop the session and refund your money.
And I wonder if the sitter isn't open too, does everybody need to be pretty available for this?
Yeah, I think so. And a lot of times, if someone has had someone that's passed, like within a couple of weeks or very recently, that can be because they just want to hear so badly that can sometimes block the connection, or this person on the other side is transforming and not ready to communicate. Yeah. There's many different things. They came here because someone else told them to come for a reading and they don't really want to be here, or, you know what I mean? There's just a lot. I don't know. Spirit knows that this connection isn't working right now for some reason.
Yeah.
And there are some spirits who just don't visit, right? Like,
sure.
Or no?
How spirit comes through very interesting, because we know the ones that are, if they were organizers in this life, they're opening the door. They're like, all right, now bring in Aunt Bessie and the dad. They're like the gatekeepers, and they're just like, la 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 la. They just want to be there. And then there's some that are like, like, okay, and it might even be, sometimes I read that as this kind of communication might be quite new to them. Like maybe in this life they wouldn't have never gone to a medium, but then it's so cute. Like as they come forward, like they know it's safe, and then their little personality starts coming out. And
Cute. Yeah. So do you just do this live in New Zealand, or can people catch you from the US or like online?
Yeah. So the best way to find me is my website, jessicastgermain.com. You can book a session. I do readings with people all over the world. So if you're in the US, yes, hit me up. I've done readings for people in Poland, in like Canada. So all over. And it just is super easy. You just book in through the calendar, you pick a time, and we're good to go. And we just do it through Zoom. And I love Zoom because you're in a comfortable place that you feel safe. I'm in a comfortable place. And we can just share this experience over Zoom. It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Wait,
really
what about dogs? Can we tap into dogs? Because
yes.
Okay.
It's so fun. I'm actually going to do a little bit more study into animal communication, because the animals are coming up. I have had so many animals come into my readings. It's horses and dogs, and the overarching message from the animals that come in, like I really feel like they're showing up at this time to heal the planet. Because we know how much love and peace we got from our animals, from our fur babies that have passed, and we miss them and we love them. And they're just there waiting for the treat. They're just there snuggling on the bed. They're still going on the hike with you. They're still with you. And they're really like vortexes for healing and love.
Yeah.
So The animals are just a treat.
Oh my gosh, that makes me cry. That's so sweet.
I don't think I've told you this, Jess, but you know, our Maxine, our German Shepherd who passed last October, since her passing, my younger yellow lab Teddy has been an absolute nightmare. And she, first of all, got asked not to come back to the vet unless she was on a, what's it called?
Sedative.
A sedative.
Like a beta blocker.
She's only allowed to go to the vet. I've got a full prescription of doggy sedatives. She can't even go there to get her nails clipped without a sedative. She's not allowed in without a sedative. And then yesterday, she got kicked out of her boarding school because...
Wait, what is she doing?
Mounting! She's mounting dogs.
Okay.
And she's growling and barking at them. Now, when her sister Maxine was alive,
no problem.
They're not litter mates, you know. When her sister Maxine was alive, she had no problems. She got along with everybody. Maxine passed.
Maxine probably kept her in check.
Yep, probably. But Maxine has some explaining to do because she raised a terrible younger sister. So embarrassing. Now, Teddy, she has to live a life alone with humans. She can't even be with other dogs. I need to get to Maxine and see what has happened here.
Yes.
I need some explaining.
I'll have to tap in.
If Maxine comes to you after this, because her younger sister is going, she's really having a hard time with the passing of her older sister. But she,
oh my gosh. Well, and it's something that I'm so like, it's evolving for me, this animal communication. I do feel like that is something that's on my path because I'm a crazy person with dogs. Like I will stop anyone and be like, oh, is that a Bichon?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, chocolate lab. Oh my gosh. You know, King Charles. Hello. And like I'm naming breeds. I'm talking to them. I'm having a full communication. Dean's over there as we're on the walk. He's like, oh my God. And the owners usually are like, okay, we have to go now. Like, oh my gosh, I love animals so much. And especially dogs they're my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think actually, I really did start doing research because it was horribly embarrassing to get my second call in a month saying your dog's not welcome here. Why? Because they're mounting other dogs. Anyway, I did look it up and the dogs have so much intuition and so much love and so much like of a sense of their human companions, you know, too. So I would be really interested in going further with with the dogs and the animals.
Yeah.
Also, my goldfish that has been alive for 5 years, inexplicably, don't know what's going on in
great
that.
care of that
Is
fish.
still alive.
My goldfish is still alive.
I remember when you got that
The
goldfish.
COVID fish.
In 2020, Heather Hall's son, Brody, was in charge of he was marketing for this company. And one of the things they did was deliver fish to your door, like in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It was humane. They were totally taken care of. It was time sensitive. So to kick off kind of his employment, they picked a few friends that had younger kids. At the time, James was 7 or 8. And they were like, can we send you a fish to your door? And I'm like, might as well. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. It was December 16th, 2020. That fish named Elvis is still alive.
I remember when you got this fish. I've seen this fish. I am blown away. That's amazing. Well done.
James's best friend Finn got the same fish. Well, not the exact same fish, but the same delivery. He named his Gregory, and Gregory died within a week. So
that's always been my experiences with.
That's what I'm saying.
Goldfish. Like always, it's like a month. Tops.
Yeah.
But goldfish run deep in our family because my brother won 2 goldfish at the Pierce County Fair in Wisconsin. He named them Ketchup and Mustard, and they lived for 8 years. So we have something.
You've got the green thumb of fish.
Yeah.
The gold thumb.
Ketchup and Mustard were alive for 8 years. Ask my mom next time you see her about it. She was so mad. I know. I think
you might have like Pisces energy.
I don't know. Or they always say like have the memory of a goldfish where you forget everything. And I'm like, I already do. Like, got it.
Dory.
Thank you, Dory.
Yep.
Okay. I can't believe we've already been talking for 47 minutes. And I'm sorry, the last 5 of them have been about my animals. I'd like to apologize. Jess, what do you want people to know overall? Anybody listening to this near or far, like you shine so much light on us personally. What do you want people to know, especially sometimes if they wake up every day and can only see the darkness?
Oh gosh, you just touched my heart when you asked me that. And the biggest message that I can give anyone is that you are not alone. You are not alone. There are hands of your loved ones on your back. and that you are so loved. If you are feeling alone or in the darkness, please find that little spark of light wherever it is in your life, within, in your heart, and that you are not alone. You are so loved. And yeah, that's it's just like the biggest thing I can say.
Yeah.
Find your light, and we're holding space for you. Like for me, one of my things, the job and this path that I'm on, I hold space for people, right? So if you come and you have a reading, or if you've had a past reading, I'm always holding space for this love, for this peace, for this healing.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Jess.
It is so good.
You've just been such a golden light for us for so long.
Yeah. You are like love personified.
Yes.
Thank you for the gift you are to us.
And happiness. And wait, I know we're wrapping up, but I remember the first time you walked into my house here, and when you walked back out, John's like, "Oh, that's your person."
Oh,
and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, she just lit everything up. I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." I mean, don't be offended. You're also one of my people.
One thing I want to mention, because I wanted to do this for your listeners.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. I want to offer them a discount if they're interested. If they're being called, this is not like super sales. This is only if your soul is calling out for something, for guidance, for peace, for healing. I want to offer 20% off reading.
Yay,
until the end of November. So if you need to make it through the Thanksgiving holidays, ladies, you give me a call.
Yay.
So I will give you that link, and if I can't figure that out technologically, I will just email me at info@jessicastgermain.com.
Okay,
Terrific.
so we will put all of that in the notes.
Yes.
Wherever you're listening, if you're on YouTube or, Apple or Spotify, we'll put all that in the notes. So you can always find that, but it is jessicastgermain.com, right? That's your website.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, the discount will be Spirit 20, but we'll put it in the notes. And
Spirit 20 will be.
To offer that.
That's so kind.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you.
Of course.
Well, we love you so much. We adore you. Thank you so much for sharing your love and light and brightness and golden aura with everybody. And we can't wait to see you again.
Oh, I love you guys so much. This has been such a treat for me to hang out with my ladies. You don't know how much I love this. So thank you.
And we didn't even have to put a fake eyelash on for it.
No. You can come as you are.
All right. We're so happy all of you are here. Be well. We will see you next week. Bye, everybody. If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin Teets. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.